What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be episode 134, and today we're going to take a look at Apple. So Apple has been trending recently. We're going to go ahead and get into the reason why primarily the stock has been surging, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at two articles that are related to this recent surge in stock price. Also, we're going to go ahead and log into the charts, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at some key levels, support, resistance, and potentially a higher psychological level. And then finally, we're going to look at an option that we could potentially play to capitalize on this recent surge in the stock. All right, so let's get straight into the video. So as you can see, I have Apple pulled up here in Robinhood, and for the week, the stock has just been on a surge. All right, so back in I would say July 1st, it was at 211.95, came down here, hit this level, and then just went all the way up here to 216. From there, it kind of consolidated a little bit. Then we got another spike again, which was on the 2nd, and it went to 219. At this point, it started to have some resistance because it went to 220, then it kind of like came back down a little bit to 219. Most people rode this wave from here to here. I myself did, and made decent money. So then we had consolidation here, but then obviously this was around the day before the holidays. It started to surge up again, got all the way up to 221. Then we got closer to 222, and then we hit 222 right around this day here. So after that, after the holidays, kind of came back down, was floating around 221, and then the news came out on Friday about what was going on with Apple. So pretty much big news came out with Apple, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But it pretty much has to do with AI. All right, so from here, stock just started shooting up. Boom, 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 boom. So today, yes, or last night, I should say, it started shooting, and boom, here we are today, which is the 8th, right? So at its peak, overnight, it was at 28.99, and then starts to come back down here. And as you guys can see right now, this is where it's at. It's around 227 pre-market, and this is Monday morning. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into these articles to see exactly what's going on with Apple and why it is currently surging. So the first article we have up on the screen here, it is by Inc. All right, it says Apple picks up observer seat on OpenAI's board. An observer can attend board meetings without being able to vote or exercise other powers that directors typically have. So simple as this may sound to the average person, if you're paying attention to what has been going on, this is actually massive news for Apple. When they had their developer conference, they introduced the Apple Intelligence Suite, and it was kind of just like, showing a couple of tricks that, the suite was potentially going to be able to do. But a lot of people were also concerned about, and this is prior to that, concerned primarily, about Apple. I've said this for a long time. I think Apple has always been like a one-trick pony company. They find one thing and they just zero in on that to perfection. Well, what's been happening is the rest of the tech companies have been, just making leeways and headways into technology, specifically artificial intelligence or AI, and it seems like Apple was lagging. Well, the dominant AI company right now, most popular, is OpenAI, right? OpenAI, it's a company by itself, but Microsoft does own 49% of that company. They've invested billions in the company. They heavily rely on Microsoft's cloud service. And as a result of that, OpenAI essentially is Microsoft. Well, Apple, because OpenAI is at the forefront, Apple has, in this article, like it says here, secured an observer seat at OpenAI, which means that it's going to be privy to a lot of the information before it's released to the public. It will definitely have an idea of exactly what direction we're going in. So this is going to be huge news. And as a result of that, the stock is reacting like crazy. All right. So if we scroll down here, article just pretty much tells you Apple will get an observer role on OpenAI's board as part of a landmark AI agreement announced last month. Bloomberg News reported it recently. Phil Schiller, the head of Apple's App Store and its former marketing chief, was chosen for the position, the report said. The board arrangement will take effect this year, and Schiller has not yet attended any meetings, according to the report. All right, so pay attention to the guy that they put in position to be on that seat. You know, he was the head of marketing for Apple and also the big wig when it comes to the Apple's App Store. So that's obviously important. You could see the focus here is on software and just improving their position in terms of AI. I won't go too much deeper into the article. You guys know I will list it in the description. Also in the description, guys, I will list a link to join my chat room if you guys are interested in trading alongside me. I'll be posting plays in that chat room on a daily basis. Screenshots of the plays that I'm entering in, the ones I'm in, where I'm going in terms of direction, and I will also go ahead and post entries and exits. So the link for that will be in the description if you're interested. It's going to be $9.99 a month. The initial month, the trial is only $4.99 for the first month, and then after that it's $9.99 a month. All right. So let's go ahead and hop into the second article here. And in this article says, let me scroll up. This article says Apple and Microsoft seem to be playing very different games with OpenAI deals. All right. And this one just pretty much goes into, the deals that OpenAI has with Microsoft, and also the deal that they have with Apple. And they just, pretty much give you a focus on what's going on. But again, I will list this in the description, but the gist of the article just pretty much says, you know what, Apple realized that Microsoft got a leg up on them in the 80s when it came to the personal computer, and they're not trying to get left behind again. So they're trying to jump on this AI wave. So getting this seat on the board is very important. Signing a deal to have OpenAI as an option for providing information on their platforms is also another reason. They just don't want to get left in the dust. They don't. Windows dominated the computer market because of the moves they made early, and Apple was left in the dust. All right. Apple pretty much just has a phone right now, to be honest with you. And this is pretty much what this article just says. So I'll go ahead and list it in the description, but this is definitely something you want to read as well. Very, very insightful information, and it will kind of just arm you with the knowledge that you need to kind of make some critical decisions. All right. Now let's go ahead and hop into the charts, and we're going to take a look at some key levels for Apple, as well as a potential psychological level, and where we see this, this surge taking the stock. All right, so here we are inside of Apple on TradingView. We do have it pulled up on the daily chart. I had to go ahead and clean it up for you guys because I had so much lines on this just from scalping it all of last week. All right, so three levels that I want to point out here. The first one, obviously, I believe now 224 is going to be support. All right, so 224 is going to be the new support, which is around here, right? And then I am looking at, obviously, this would be a much lower support, but we're only looking at this if bad news comes out that, that takes the stock below back below, I would say 210. I don't see that happening anytime soon. It's going to keep riding this wave. Um, then we have resistance, I would say somewhere around 229, because if you guys looked overnight at 10 p.m. last night, it went all the way up to like 228, almost getting to 229. So I have that as my new resistance, and then obviously my key psychological level would be around 230, right? And when I say key psychological level, it's a nice rounded number that people are probably going to be interested in getting. And chances are, I haven't looked as yet, but chances are that rounded 230 call is probably going to be very popular as well. All right. So let's go ahead and hop in back into Robinhood, and we're going to take a look at some options potentially on Apple. All right, so here we are in Robinhood. As you guys can see right now, this 225 call, this was a in the money call on Friday. All right, if we go ahead and click on that, we can see that the volume here on this is 64,000 and the open interest is 14,000. Implied volatility is good for what it is. We're dealing with Apple. Then we have a delta of 0.59 and our theta here is 0.31. All right, and this expires this week, which is the 12th of July. And let's go ahead and just get this one closed out here. All right. Also, if you pay attention, you'll see here on this plus sign, that means that I have this actual option. I actually own this option, and I'm currently up, I think, probably like about 40 bucks or something like that. All right. So the next level is going to be this 2750 call right here. So if we go ahead and we click on this one, we could see that volume on this is 44,000. Open interest is 3,000. We have a delta of 44 and a theta of 0.31. So let's go ahead and close that one and go back up to the key psychological level, which I told you guys, which would be the 230 strike. If we go ahead and click on this, right now this is $126. This is obviously when the market closed on Friday. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a little bit more expensive because the stock is moving closer to that mark. We click on it here, and right away you guys can see the power of the key psychological level. Look at the volume. It's 81,000. What was the last volume before? That was that 27 strike. Was it like 44,000? And that was closer to the money. All right. Look at the open interest, 18. The delta is obviously lower, and the theta is lower as well. But these numbers will increase the closer it gets to the price. All right. So again, just trying to point out to you guys the power of these key psychological levels, these rounded numbers. Always take a look at them to see exactly, and if your stock has a lot of momentum, chances are that's probably where it's going to be heading to, and that's probably the call that you want to play. Obviously, you make your own decision. Your dates, meaning your expiration date, is going to be dependent on your working capital. The more money you have, the further out you could go. So I'll let you guys make that move in terms of deciding where exactly you want to go and how much time you want to give the option. The further out your option is, the more expensive it's going to be, but also it's going to be more valuable. All right. So you're going to have less decay, and you're going to see that, even when the stock is dipping, it's going to lose very little in terms of value. So that's something that you guys have to figure out exactly what you want to do in terms of what expiration dates you guys want to look at. All right. But these are the strikes that I'd be looking at. Like I said, the 225, the 227, and then obviously the 230 for the key psychological level. All right. But that's it for the video today, guys. I just wanted to show you this information. I hope you did find this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing. I make new videos like this every day, dropping gems that you could use along your trading journey. Please go ahead and like this video, but more importantly, share this video with a family member or friend. If you're interested with trading with me, I've recently started a chat group on Instagram. The link to join the group is in the description below, and it's going to be $9.99 a month, $4.99 for the initial month, and then after it's $9.99 a month. All right. Again, thanks again for watching the video. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.